Episode 3 Food and Flavor. Hey guys, it's me, Karate Kieth, and I wanted to take a quick minute to talk about the most important thing on the entire planet. Food. Nope, I take that back. Food and Paul Rudd. But specifically food in this moment. You see, the reality is that every single human on this planet needs to eat in order to survive. But here's the reality, guys. Everyone's body is different. Certain foods that may work for one person may not work well for another. And while we could spend all day diving into food politics about what's good for you, what's not good for you, I'm not here to do that. I'm actually just here to share some of the things that I eat as a karateka on a daily basis. So, let's go. A couple of different stations we're working with. We're working with some rice, which is obviously the thing that we need the most. Some chicken. Now I've already marinated all of my chicken. This chicken is teriyaki barbecue. Teriyaki barbecue. Teriyaki barbecue. Teriyaki barbecue. Teriyaki barbecue. Teriyaki barbecue. Now we got the basic stuff that we're working with, and then we got the complex stuff. I know you can't see my face, but just bear with me. The first thing we got is our rice. Now we obviously need our rice for carbs. It's good energy, it's good quick stored energy that we can use, you know, when we're in training, when we're going through our shadow boxing and all that good stuff. We're gonna wash our rice. You don't have to wash your rice. If you don't wash your rice, that's your business. But I wash my rice. Just how I was raised, know what to do. Also gonna be cooking some chicken. Now the chicken's already been marinated. It's been sitting for 2 hours, nice and marinated, all the juices soaked in, and it's gonna be buzzing. I like to cook it low and slow. We're gonna leave it open because we want it to develop a nice little crust. Something I also wanna do to this chicken, you don't have to do this with your chicken, but I like to do this with mine. Specifically, honestly, when I'm cooking it on the stove or when I'm baking it, I'll do this. And I like to put some butter in there. Now, hear me out. And I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I'm willing to learn from it. But butter is good in fat. And sometimes, if you're in my case, that fat can be really, really good for you. You gotta be careful, but then again, it also is just great for flavor. We just cut up some tiny pieces of butter, and we're just sticking that all throughout the thing, because remember, this is cooking open. Now let me teach you guys a quick tip when it comes to baking chicken. If you bake your chicken open, it is going to dry out a little bit more. And sometimes if you're trying to build a nice crust, right, on your chicken, you might want that. But at the same time, if you cover your chicken, right, you put tin foil on it, it's gonna be more juicy, very juicy. But at the same time, not everyone likes their chicken super juicy. It can feel a little bit slimy in certain ways. But for me, in this particular case, because I already know the chicken is really marinated and I know the juices are still gonna sit even if I cook it open, I'm gonna cook mine open because it's gonna be chock full of flavor. And also, if you're the person out there saying, oh, I can't put any seasoning on my food because, you know, that seasoning's not good for you and it's gonna do this and do that, please stay over there. Anyway guys, we're gonna pop this chicken in the oven, give it about 2 hours to cook low and slow. It's gonna be delicious. It's gonna be dry in the right places with a crust and be juicy in the right places as well. We might even get a little gravy that we're gonna use as a dipping sauce too, which is gonna be amazing just from the chicken's own juices and buttery flavor and garlic and teriyaki. Oh, I got lost in Flavor Town, I'm so sorry. And while the chicken is cooking, we're gonna be working on our other food, because remember, we're talking 2,000 to 3,000 calories, so don't think we're just gonna eat some chicken and some rice. Karate Kieth. Karate Kieth. Now specifically, the type of rice that we are making is coconut rice, believe it or not. Unfortunately, I can't show you my family's recipe to making coconut rice. My mother made me swear like a year ago when she taught me how to make it to never show anyone. So all of the white, you know, that you're seeing is not from the rice itself. Because remember, we already washed our rice. That's not what this is. What you're seeing is some coconut related things that I can't tell you, or else you're gonna try to do it. And then my mom's gonna find you and me, and we're both gonna die. I'm not gonna tell you what coconut product I'm using, just know that it is coconut. Also, think about washing your rice. Could make a difference for you. Now typically there are two ways you can season lamb. You can either season lamb while you're cooking it on the stove, and that's a great way to do it too. You got the juices going, you got the seasoning mixing with it, or you can pre-season it and then cook it. Now, if we're gonna pre-season it, that means we need to cook it just a little bit low because we don't want all the juice to get out. Now you don't have to use a bowl when seasoning anything, because again, this is only a pound of lamb, but I'm using a bowl because I'm getting ready to stick my hands in it, mix it around a little bit, make sure it's nice and broken down the way we want it, and then we're gonna add all of our different seasonings. We're just working with some salt first. All right, we're starting with salt. Not too much. Just make sure you get a little bit of coating on everything. Next is lemon pepper. Lemon pepper, baby. As a Caribbean child, I put lemon pepper on everything. Sunshine seasoning by Tabitha Brown. It's a mixture of garlic, ginger, pineapple, and mango. Great Caribbean flavors. It's a tiny bit of garlic powder, not too much garlic powder at all. Tiny little bit of basil, just regular old great value basil. Now it's time for spices. First, we're doing Caribbean seasoning for the spicy spices. That is a mixture of parsley and paprika. Next, we're doing hot Jamaican curry. Now, I'm not Jamaican, by the way. My family comes from the Bahamas, but everyone pretty much uses Jamaican curry powder. It's good stuff. So next, we're doing some good old cayenne pepper. And I am putting a good bit of cayenne pepper because, again, I'm Caribbean, I like spice. Next time, I just realized that I could be giving you specific seasoning amounts because some people are into that. I've always been the type to season with my eye and just be careful. And we'll just finish off with cumin. Not too much cumin, guys, just a little bits because cumin is a very strong flavor. It's very noticeable. We're going to do one more thing and then mix it around. We want this to have a very spicy, strong flavor that just pops at us. That's what the garlic is gonna help do. So we've got the lamb right now. You see this? This is the butter and the lamb's own juices cooking all of the meat, making it juicy, which is what we really want, right? Like I said, lamb is already really lean, so it's gonna cook fast. And these juices are great, right? Because guess what? That butter and that lamb juice is gonna make a very good gravy. I just tried a piece of this. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Meanwhile, while the lamb was finishing, our chicken was also done. It had been 2 hours and it was looking fantastic. Along with the completion of our coconut rice, we had meal 1, coconut rice and teriyaki barbecue chicken.
What I hope is this: if I cook the chicken properly, everything should just fall off the bone. And it immediately, look at that, the juice is dripping from it still. It immediately falls off the bone. Let's give it a taste. It is so chock full of flavor. That mango and pineapple seasoning, I'm tasting the lemon pepper. I'm definitely tasting the cayenne that I put in there, as well as the smoked paprika. I'm trying so hard to keep everything on the bone, and everything's just falling right off. All we have left is bones, guys. Ain't nothing left but bones. That chicken was immaculate, immaculate. Don't get me wrong, the rice tastes good. I'm just eating a lot of food, and it's like running a marathon. We're just about done now in our last couple of bites. Having like the probiotic soda is kind of like a cheat code for me. Rice is gone. But here's the funny part: even though my stomach is feeling it and it feels good, and I feel like I'm eating great, which I am, we're still not done. That was just the first course. We have a whole second course of food we're gonna eat, plus dessert.
Now for meal 2, we'll be having a delicious helping of lamb pasta, followed by a healthy salad.
Got our lamb pasta, guys. And it's getting later in the night, so we're not gonna be up for too much longer, but we're just going to this thing. So good. Honestly, there's not too much special about the salad. I mean, it's organic baby greens, some spinach, and some mixed vegetables as well. Now it is time for dessert. That means everything is blending beautifully. And you see how it's not bubbling a lot at all? That's because it's thick. It's a thick milkshake. Good boy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Oh
sir.
my gosh.
Yes,
Got it.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh,
And now for our
Imagine
dessert,
this.
we have
This is
meal 3,
beautiful.
a peanut butter chocolate and Oreo protein milkshake with a delicious cookie dough protein bar.
whoa. It's super thick, but also super sweet, and I love it. If there's anything I think I'd change, I might do a little bit more milk, just so it's not as thick. I think that's due to the amount of peanut butter I put in. I'm gonna put a little bit more milk in there to see if it makes a difference. With the milk, it becomes very much easier to just drink, because honestly, before it was tasting fantastic, but it was very thick, like very thick milkshake. Overall, we're gonna give that protein milkshake kind of like a 7 out of 10. Now we have the amazing Robert Irvine protein bar. This one is cookie dough, I believe. Let you get a look at that. Love Robert Irvine protein bars because they always have layers. They're full of layers. But with that, guys, our eating is done. Now, it may not look like I'm full, but deep down, I've eaten a lot of food, and that's why I'm sitting down. Please, give me a minute to digest everything that I've just eaten, guys, and I will be back with you in 1 minute.